Yeah, the Afghan is now being charged with murder. Wow, really? You know, he just killed someone, walking a dog, minding his own business, not getting involved in anything. He stabbed him to death about 16, 17 times with a great big knife. And to see it, I watched it, I couldn't believe it. When he was stabbing that guy, he kept stabbing him and stabbing him for no reason. And then he stabbed someone around the corner, 42-year-old man, another man who was critically ill, and then he done the young kid, 14 years of age, and then walks down the road as if nothing's happened. Do you know what I mean? And then what? He's put in the police station or wherever he got that they sent him to, which I should imagine would be the top security one, would be Belmarsh, yeah, or I don't know the top security police station. Where would that be? I don't really know because police stations are no longer open. So where would they send him? You know, so. Being now he's been charged with murder. Thank God he's been charged with murder. You know, I mean, it's took long enough. Where would he go? He's got to go to Belmarsh. He's got to go to Belmarsh because Belmarsh got the court under the ground. You know, go through the walkway and come up the other side is Belmarsh Magistrates Court. You know what I mean? He's got to go there. He can't go nowhere else. But you never know. With Lammy, they're more likely to send him to Wandsworth, and then they make a mistake and let him out. You know, that's what and all these people that they're sending back to their countries, they're only going to go back to France and come back again. It's that easy for them. It's that easy for them. You know what I mean? What can we do about it? You know what I mean? What can we do about it? What's going on? Nothing. Nothing. Years ago, me and Billy Williams, in Wandsworth Prison, I was on the ground floor, Bill was on the twos or the three, I can't really remember, I think it was the threes he was on, right? We used to bash up sex offenders. We used to bash them up because a screw would mark our cards where they were. They try and slip on the wing without anybody knowing, but then you get screws that find out who they are through their records. And they'd tell me and they'd tell Bill, and we get a little bonus here and there. And it's the same with now. 75% of people in prisons like Wandsworth and the Scrubs and maybe Brixton, right, are sex offenders. They come from another country and think what they're doing is right, that they can molest our young kids and do things to our kids, and no one's got to do a thing about it because it happens in their country, right? And they're just getting away with it. And now. You go on a wing in prison, there's 75% of people on them wings are sex offenders. Before, they might be slipped 2 or 3 in and they get bashed up by me and Bill. You know what I mean? But what's happening now is terrible. It's terrible, mate. The prison system's finished. It's absolutely finished. In my times, you had screws in there that are ex-military police screws, all 6'1", 6'2", wide as what they were tall, big people, big screws, big truncheons that want to hurt you, They're gone, mate. Now they're getting screws in there that are just like, I don't know, what are they? What are they? You see them walking down, I've seen a few walking down Duquesne Road. You look at them, you think, actually they do run, they're screws. Even when I was in prison, screws are no longer screws. You might get the occasional 1 or 2, you know what I mean? But there ain't many, mate. There ain't many, and they just let them rule the roost, get away with anything, and most of them are sex offenders. You know what I mean? It's shocking, mate. I can't really believe what goes on now, you know what I mean? It's just like unbelievable. But they said there was, 1,190 migrants come across the channel yesterday or today, yeah? 1,190 migrants come across the channel. No women, all men. Doesn't it make you think, what is going on? You know, what is going on? 1,190 migrants come across the channel today, all put in hotels. Well, mate, it's like, it's too much. They don't care. The government, people in politics, don't live in our world. They do not live in our world. They don't live like we live. They're not, it makes you think, are they AI? Something like that, you know what I mean? Because no one in their right mind can close their eyes to what goes on, and it is. They just can't, surely. People, and it's true. They're not living in our world. They live in a different world completely, mate. The judges, everyone, they live in a different world to us. They don't see what we see. Everything they do, they get in a car, they got 10 people minding them, bike riders, side riders, a lot, taking them everywhere. The windows are blocked out. They don't know where they're going. They don't care, mate. They just do they just go anywhere, do whatever they like. As I said again, they don't live in our world. They don't live in our world, mate. They live in a completely different world. To them, they don't care about us. They don't care about us. You know what I mean? Anyway, bang, bang, bang. I'm gutted about everything. I'm gutted about it, the way the whole system's gone now. The way the whole prison system's gone, yeah? You know what I mean? Well, bang, 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 nice one.